welcome to Spotlight with Kathy Holly.
And tonight is special because I have a good friend who's a wonderful international singer. She's traveled all over and she's working on a great project, her own film. Miss Lua Hadar. And then after we do a little chit-chatting, I'm going to introduce her guests from France and who are here also to have fun and enjoy the music and do an exchange with Lua, where you started with music. And where do you live now, and where did you originally come from?
Well, I'm originally from New York, and people say that I just never lose my New York accent, so your guests can be, your audience can be the judge of that. But I've lived in the Bay Area for about 20 years now, which is like the lifetime of an entire person. But I love the Bay Area. I find that it's one of the very few places in the world that I would feel comfortable. My father was a musician, and so I came into the music profession kind of by heredity in a certain way. I grew up at his side at the piano, and the jazz standards were always around me, and he played a lot of classical music too. So that's kind of how I came to it.
That's wonderful. And when do you think you can say that you started singing professionally? Because you are a singer and you've traveled quite a bit. When do you remember beginning in this profession and saying, I started and I'm here?
Yeah, I guess, I don't know, it just feels like it was always there.
Did you have a passion?
Always had a passion for singing. Yeah, I suppose professionally we could say that after I left acting school in New York and then, went out into the picture and resume land, where you stand online for 8 hours and then your number, 701, and then they let you in there for about 3 minutes and you sing your 4 bars and, sooner or later you get something or other. So I worked off Broadway for a bit. And I guess it would date back to then.
When you started to tour, I know that you went to Thailand.
Yeah.
You've been to Italy to sing. Now recently in France.
Mm-hmm, yes.
And you're working on a project called Like a Bridge. Mm-hmm. But you've traveled so much. Do you have any interesting story you'd like to share with us about your travels and singing in a particular country?
Oh, gosh.
Thailand?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I really... I made a fool of myself immediately as soon as I got to Thailand, actually. We were guests of the Thai government, so this was like, a really sort of high-class tour, unlike the things that I've done before and since. Well, no, I can't say since, but unlike what I had done before. We got there, we were received, by the representatives of the festival, which was a government-sponsored festival, and we were performing at the Thailand Cultural Center, and they were housing us in this beautiful hotel, and they, they ushered me into my suite in the hotel, and I'm like,
wonderful.
Oh my God, I'm finally being, treated, appreciated,
yes,
recognized. So it's like so happy. And my hair was longer at the time, and there's always a big deal about the hair, right? Mm-hmm. You have to have the right hair products, you have to have the right hair dryer. And so I was all obsessing before I got there about bringing my hair dryer. Would I be able to convert the currency in my hair dryer? Yes. Would it work okay? And I had gone to great trouble and great expense to acquire the perfect conversion device. So I get into the hotel, I see that there's a basket of flowers and fruit that they've left for me, and I'm like, oh, it's my suite, right? And I take a shower in this gorgeous bathroom, I plug in my hair dryer with the right conversion, and I blow the electricity in my suite. So I'm completely embarrassed. I go downstairs with my hair wet to apologize in person because I feel like I can't do this on the phone. And the people behind the desk understand me, and I go back up, and I'm assured that an electrician will be up any minute. So the electrician shows up. He does not speak any English. And so we went through this fabulous, pantomime about what I had done, what the problem was, how I needed to have my hair dryer, and he has this device that was like the size of a carton of milk. We're all kinds of weird stuff on it. And he plugged my hair dryer into it. And I'm like, my God, but it worked.
It worked?
And I was able to dry my hair. This
Well, you
was
can
very, very
imagine.
important
That
for my
is
artistic.
important. But if you would, I mean, sometimes you have to go out on stage with red hair, but with wet hair, but hardly ever, right?
Not
We
at
hope
the
that
Thailand
doesn't
Cultural
happen.
Center, you do not.
No. And this
So-
was all in Bangkok.
This was in Bangkok for the Bangkok 10th International Festival of Dance and Music. And
How
we went there with the
wonderful
band
that
in
is.
2008.
And I think I've seen some, it's on YouTube,
Yes,
little
there's
footage.
something up
It's
there,
wonderful.
yeah.
Everybody can go to YouTube. I love YouTube. We can all have our archives on YouTube. It's great. And then most recently you went to France,
Yeah.
which brings us to, I think, a recent project that you also incorporated our French visitors. in.
Absolutely. Well, I've been
Tell
very,
us.
I've loved France all my life and was a French major in, I'm like crying, I was laughing so hard. I was a French minor in college and have always been quite a Francophile, very attracted to French culture. And I sang in Paris in 2009 for the first time, and then again in 2010. And I was really very complimented and very reassured by the acceptance of the French people. There's something about the color of my voice and the French language that seemed to go together. So when it went so well in 2009, we had this dear friend, Albin Soufis, who's a bass player, who's of course a good friend of my friends here, who arranged a concert and cultural exchange in 2010. So that's how I met these lovely folks, because I was in Lille in 2010 for this cultural exchange. Yes, indeed.
So now tell us about the movie. How did it happen,
well,
etc.?
This whole year, 2012, has really been devoted to creating this project. Someone said to me, millions of people have said to me, you know, you're great on the CDs, but you should really record it live because that's really your thing. So we decided to record the CD live, and we did that in February of 2012. And so since we were planning to do that, I, as a naive person, said, well, if we're going to record it live and we're all going to be in the same room, why don't we just make a video too? You know, famous last words.
Why not?
Oh my God. And then a friend of my partner's came forward who has a wonderful reputation as a video director. He's worked with Sting and Tony Bennett and just name it. And he came forward and said, I'll direct this for you. Just get me 5 cameras.
Oh my
That was the
gosh.
famous last words. The
Just gotta be
5 camera shoot.
cameras.
The 5 camera shoot. So his name is Lawrence Jordan. He's fantastic. He's amazing. He's working with the Dalai Lama right now. So the bar went up like this. We shot this thing, and you know Wayne Hess, who produces here.
Yes,
He was one of
yes.
our camera people on the shoot. So it was really great to have Wayne as part of this project and sort of
And
wrapped in the
we
family.
had both been on Joe Markey's show, and
Of
he was
course.
yes, he was director for that. So I know Wayne
Of
would be
course.
wonderful. Anybody in the
Absolutely.
family here would be great to have on. 5 cameras, everybody. Don't forget that.
It's a great
But-
camera show.
Oh, that's great.
It's a great family here. Anyway, so we shot this thing, and ever since, it's been just an uphill learning curve for me as an accidental film producer. And now we've created a 70-minute live concert and a 25-minute documentary about the origins of the project and sort of my origins as, a person of musical interests that extend around the world. Well, we're going to be premiering this work at the Balboa Theater in San Francisco. We chose a historic movie theater to do this. And that will be on Thursday, November 15th, starting at 7:30 in the evening. And we're going to have a blast. We're going to roll out the red carpet and have, wine and DVD signing in the lobby afterwards. And we'll have all the folks who worked on the film there. So we can't wait to show it to San Francisco.
Can I play Joan Rivers? And
You can.
three people
You
as they
should
come
be
in?
Joan Rivers. That will be perfect. Oh my God!
Okay,
Shouldn't
I'll
you?
work on that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so exciting.
I'm
It's
really,
wonderful.
really important. This is so important to me because not only has this taken up a year of my life, but the whole theme of this CD and this whole project is that each one of us can be like a bridge to another person, to help to bridge cultures and languages and ideas to each other. And in that way, I feel like we can a little bit reach out and do something for world
have
peace.
a better world.
Yes.
You are so right, I think. And now you're visiting. I know we're going to exchange, little music here shortly, and you're interested in hearing some American jazz while you're here, and just being a part of, again, sharing cultures. And you also write music?
I also write music for sure. For a couple of years now, I'm heading my own project because I'm a jazz guitar player. So
Yes.
I've launched my own project, which is called Julien Marga Quartet. We were students on the same conservatory because we're preparing our master degree in jazz in France and Belgium. So we met over there, and Magali often plays with us.
So this is a little French and American cultural exchange right here.
C'est bon de gaieté dans les yeux, un espoir merveilleux qui donne le frisson. C'est si bon, ces petites sensations, ça vaut mieux qu'un million. Tellement, tellement c'est bon.